Just closely ties to why didn't the National Assembly play this role even before now? Also the fact that it was a crisis within the particular political party, yes, the PDP. We shouldn't even have this issue if we had the party. And I think just yesterday also, some leaders of the PDP brought a coalition together. Now my question is, why do we find it difficult for this political party to have intervened and save Rivers people from this needless crisis that we plunged the state into? Why now? Why now the coalition? Is it just about election?
That's a very brilliant question, Shomomo. And it begs the question as to how we are evolving politically. And the first answer is the phrase called political brinksmanship. The political class in this country, more largely, not wholly, largely, do not really care about the citizens of this country. In this particular matter, of course, the PDP is in a political catch-22, if you like. You know, they have been caught up in a wrangling crisis with what I call a Wike problem. Wike has been able to strategically position himself and give a chokehold on the PDP. And the leaders of the PDP have not been able to wriggle themselves out of their own issues, because the Wike is not the only problem of the PDP. Internal democracy and issues, which was the genesis of the issue, ab initio. And if that is the case, like you rightly said, all these years, what were the interventions given by the party? Of course, it's going to be very difficult, because don't forget, if you go back to the beginning, Governor Fubara is a political godson of Minister Wike. So it's going to be very difficult for even the PDP to provide that intervention we are expecting actually, given that the political godfather has issues within the PDP and is now part of the government within the context of a government of national unity, even though he's still in the PDP, and he's a crucial player in that particular crisis. And that is why the intervention by Mr. President was the only play that will make sense. Because if you like, even the PDP itself, as it is divided, and we know a house that is divided amongst itself cannot stand. And that is why I think the PDP couldn't do much, because their inability to even manage the micro issues within the party presupposes that this is a bigger issue they cannot deal with. But then after the fact, you saw how they hobbled around, and that is what I call political brinkmanship, to save face if the face can be saved, and use it as even a platform to form some kind of coalition. Should that be the objective, really? And then Fubara will be sitting and be wondering, what are you guys doing at this point in time? And the people of Rivers, who have a PDP governor, quote unquote, in the state, will start asking themselves, is the PDP the kind of party we should vote for, that they will see a crisis and they are not able to provide the intervention for the governor in the state? The same thing with the caucuses in the National Assembly and all that. So a PDP as a party, we all know. Everybody knows the party is in tatters. They may not agree, but that's reality. And a party in that situation cannot even help itself, talk less of redeeming a very crucial situation at this top line level.
Well, the sole administrator has settled in and has his work cut out. He held a meeting with the security chiefs in the state and also conducted a statewide broadcast to the people of Rivers State.
Yes.
But should his role extend to mediating the political conflict that has defied all solutions?
In my own view, humble view, is that the sole administrator's core role and responsibilities will be to stabilize the state, ensure security and the safety of the people of Rivers and of critical infrastructure and the resources. Why? Because it is going to be very difficult for the sole administrator, with profound respect to him, an astute, administrator, to provide that, mediation intervention in this state, because already some people like the Fubara side will see him as someone that, us in the side of Mr. President, on the side of, Minister Wike. So the best way, if there's any way to redeem the situation, I belong to the school of thought that mediation is not going to work. It's a fight to finish. It's an end game, and I can give you scenarios even within the context of Nigeria. The mediation team that the Senate President spoke about on behalf of the National Assembly may be one of the steps forward. But as a strategist and as a realist, I understand clearly that this is the game, the fight to finish. The two personalities, Governor Fubara and his political godfather, Excellency Wike, have similar personality types. So it's going to be very difficult to mediate, especially at this point in time. What I foresee is a tactical exit of the governor going forward and the emergence of another governor at the end of the day, because both parties will never settle. If they would settle, we would have seen those signs. All the critical stakeholders that have made attempts, traditional rulers, state elders and all that, it didn't work because of the personalities involved. And it is very sensitive because anytime we see this play out, whether in Nigeria or any other place, that is how it works. You can go back to Adedibu, late Adedibu and Basusula Doja in Oyo. You can go back and see Alhaji Abubakar Rimi with his political godfather, Malam Amin Kanu. The good thing about Alhaji Abubakar Rimi of blessed memory is he played the game well because he resigned from the office because obviously it was not going to work, having moved into another party to contest, build up to 1983 elections, general elections, and then gave way for his deputy to take over. That way he had a political survival that gave him some sign of faith, and he was not able to be in the kind of situation that Fubara is. But these are two different people at two different times. But bottom line is, mediation can continue. We cannot say it's going to be completely over. But I think the best mediation approach is the one that is proposed by the National Assembly.